Hello everyone. Before getting into the video, I want to let you know one thing that I'm going to conduct a webinar on this Sunday. So those who wish to join the webinar, please use the link in the description. And it will be a 1-hour webinar. So where I'll be discussing one of the very important strategies for scalping. So once again, those who wish to join the webinar, please use the link in the description. And also, those who attend the webinar, you will be availing the access to BTSTTrade and opening trade setup. So I'll be giving access to those people who are attending the webinar there. So that's it, guys. Now let's get into the video. Hi friends, in this video we'll be discussing the concept of American Depository Receipts and Global Depository Receipts, that is ADR and GDR. So if you remember, you might have heard many times in my pre-market sessions, I used to discuss GDR. The GDR has increased to this, the GDR has decreased to this, like that I was discussing. And then there's an advantage of arbitrage and etc. I used to discuss these concepts. So here, many of you asked me what is this ADR and GDR. So I thought of clearing this concept. And it will hardly take 5 minutes only. See, these are nothing but issue of securities in a foreign country. Okay, so for example, it comes under the general term called Euro issues. Euro issues means issue of securities of a company or by a company in a foreign country. So for example, Infosys wants to issue its shares in a foreign company. That's what you call as Euro issues. So Infosys want to mobilize more fund by issuing its securities in a foreign country or by issuing its shares in a foreign country. That's what called as Euro issues. Now, why it is called as Euro issues is because it was started by US and they started this in Europe. That's why it is called as Euro issues. Okay. Now, Global Depository Receipt is a general term. ADR is nothing but American Depository Receipts. It's specific. GDR is nothing but Global Depository Receipts. So ADR and GDR, American Depository Receipts, Global Depository Receipts. What are this? This comes under Euro issues. That means if any company wants to issue its securities in a foreign country, that's what it is called as Euro issues. It was started by US in investing or issuing securities in Europe. So that's why this term. If you're going very specifically with US, let's say, for example, Infosys wants to issue its securities in USA, then it is called as ADR, American Depository Receipts. So let's get into the details of it. So let's discuss in general Global Depository Receipts. Okay, so this is nothing but Global Depository Receipts. That's what GDR. Let's say any company, I'll be talking about Infosys. X amount, X rupees is the cost here, okay, the share value. So Infosys can approach a depository bank, Global Depository Receipts, okay. So a depository bank, okay, depository bank of that country. In case of US, you can take an example, Lehman Brothers is a depository bank, okay. So you'll have to approach a depository bank of that country where you want to issue the security. So they will issue the GDR. And this GDR will be issued in dollar. Now remember, in India, it is in rupees and they approach the depository bank. They issue GDR, they issue in dollar. And the foreign investor can buy this GDR. It is equivalent to your buying Infosys share in terms of rupee. The foreign investor can buy GDR in dollar. So what's the advantage here? Infosys getting more fund, right? And a foreign investor can buy this GDR. So this depository bank issues its own receipt. That's what Global Depository Receipt. That's in dollar. A foreign investor can buy this. What's the advantage? Infosys get Forex. Okay. The advantage for us is we'll be getting the Forex. And it's a kind of PFI. See guys, it's the same. Instead of depository bank, if you want to issue IPO, in India also you have to do the same. So instead of depository bank, you have to approach to a merchant bank. Okay. So in India, the issue of securities is actually IPO is managed by merchant bank. But in USA, if you see, it is done by depository banks. That's the only difference. So now what's the advantage? In India, we broadly consider this as foreign direct investment. It's a kind of PFI, but it is considered as foreign direct investment also, because you're getting the voting rights. Okay, so here you're getting some kind of voting rights. So the foreign investor will get voting rights, but how they cast the vote? They cast the vote through depository banks. Okay, so depository bank can cast the vote on behalf of the investor. So that's how it is. Now then, what's a case of ADR, American Depository Receipt? These are nothing but the GDR which is issued in US. So Infosys, if they want to issue their security, they will approach the depository bank of US, let's say Lehman Brothers, and then they'll issue the ADR in dollar, and a foreign investor from US can buy this. So Infosys will get the Forex. So this is what ADR. I hope this is very clear to all of you. Okay, so these are nothing but the securities or derivatives which are issued in India by an Indian company in a foreign country. So the advantage is Infosys can mobilize Forex. See, similarly, IDR is also there, Indian Depository Receipt. So it is the reverse, right? Any foreign company, let's say Apple. If Apple want to list in India, they have to approach the depository bank in India. Here it is a merchant bank. So it is in dollar. So it will approach the merchant bank in India. Okay. And then what will they do? They'll make it into IDR. That means in rupees. So Indian investors can buy this. So these are, this is what IDR. This is the exact opposite. So we were talking about, Infosys issuing its security in a foreign country. So a foreign company can issue its securities in India. That is what Indian Depository Receipt. So I hope this concept is very clear. We basically wanted to discuss GDR and ADR, as I used to discuss these terms during my pre-market analysis to talk about the concept of arbitrage and everything. So the difference between, let's say Infosys traded price in ADR and in India, that's what I discussed. That difference is what? Arbitrage. Okay. So based on that also you will be able to make some profits as well. So I hope you understood this term, guys. Thank you so much. See you guys.